Welcome students to the geography class, standard 8th. Today we'll be learning chapter number 4, structure of the ocean floor. Let's recall continents and oceans. Continents and ocean are a part of the lithosphere. Lithosphere means land and hydrosphere respectively. Lithosphere is a solid outer part of the earth, whereas the hydrosphere includes water that is on the surface and under the ground of the planet. Continents are large land masses found on the earth. There are around 7 continents. They are Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe and Australia. Ocean is the vast body of salt water. There are 5 oceans. Name of the oceans are Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean and Arctic Ocean. So here we have understood there are around 7 continents and 5 oceans. We live on the planet Earth. It is made of land and water. Let us now learn about the proportion of water and land on the earth. About 29% of the earth's surface is covered by land, and about 71% of the earth's surface is covered by water. Landforms are natural, geographical, or physical feature on the earth's surface. Collectively, this includes coastal plains, islands, mountains, plains, plateaus, and valleys. We classify the various landforms on the earth on the basis of altitude. Altitude meaning is height. A similar classification can be done for landform submerged under the water. We'll be understanding today the relief of ocean floor. Land submerged below oceanic water is called the ocean floor. The relief of ocean floor is decided upon by the depth from the sea floor and the shape of the land there. The average depth of ocean is around 3,700 meters. The ocean bed is also uneven like the land on the continent. The ocean floor relief consists of all submerged landforms. The structure of the ocean floor differs from ocean to ocean. We will look at the sequence of landforms and the details of major landforms on the ocean floor as we go away from the coast. The structure of ocean floor changes. We'll learn with the help of figure 4.2 from the textbook, page number 25. Continental shelf. The land near the coast and submerged under the sea is called continental shelf. This is the shallowest part of the ocean bed. It is also called submerged coastland. Its slope is gentle. The extent of continental shelf is not uniform everywhere. It is narrow along the coast of some continents, while it is broad for hundreds of kilometers at others. Its depth is about 200 meters below the sea level. The continental shelf is very important from the point of view of humans. Extensive fishing grounds are found in the continental shelf. As this part is shallow, the sunlight reaches its bed. Algae, plankton, etc. grow here. This is food for fish. Natural gas, mineral oil and various minerals can be obtained by mining the continental shelf. For example, Mumbai High, located on the continental shelf of the Arabian Sea. It is a source from where we obtain mineral oil and natural gas. After the extent of continental shelf is over, the slope of the seabed becomes steeper. This is called continental slope. As you can see on the screen, the continental slope. It is steep. The depth of the slope is from 200 meters to 3600 meters. The continental slope is narrow. The lower boundary of continental slope is considered to be the boundary of continents. Beyond the continental slope lie the abyssal plain, which are the flat part of the seabed. The abyssal plain consists of various submerged landforms like hills, plateaus, etc. Mountain ranges and plateaus. The hills and mountains found on the ocean bed are called submerged hills and mountains. These hills are hundreds of kilometers wide and thousands of kilometers long. Peaks of some of the submerged hills come above the sea level. They are visible to us as marine islands. Iceland in Atlantic Ocean, Andaman and Nicobar Island in the Bay of Bengal are examples. The summits mean the top layer of the mountain. The summits of some marine islands are flat and extensive. They are called oceanic or submarine plateaus. For instance, Chagos Plateau in the Indian Ocean. Let's see about marine deeps and marine trenches. On the ocean bed, there are some landforms which are deep, narrow, and steep. They are called marine deeps or trenches. Generally, the shallower ones are called marine deeps, while deeper ones and extending for longer distance are called trenches. The trenches are thousands of meters deep from the sea level, as shown in the figure. The Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean is the deepest trench in the world. Its depth is around 11,034 meters. The mid-oceanic submerged hills and marine trenches are geologically the most active areas of ocean bed in the world. There are many active volcanoes here. These areas are also earthquake-prone areas. Earthquakes and volcanoes eruptions occurring in the ocean bed give rise to tsunamis in the nearby coastal areas. We'll learn about marine deposition. As the marine beds are the deep parts of the world in respective regions, various deposits are found in these parts. We find the deposition of pebbles, clay, soil, etc. brought by rivers, glaciers, etc. from the continents. It takes place mostly on the continental shelf. These are called marine deposits. We also find lava and ash erupting out of volcanic eruptions. There is deposition of fine soil particles. Remains of marine plants and animals are mixed in these deposits. The mixture is made up of fine particles and lies in the form of fine clay. It is around 30% of the deposits. They are called marine ooze. The deposits are important to understand the form of marine life in the ocean and the availability of minerals on the seabed. Sedimentary rocks are formed due to the deposition of layers over layers of the sediments and the pressure of the sea water. Anthropogenic deposits. Anthropogenic deposits are created by processes that are either directly or indirectly linked with human activity. This include sewage, solid waste, radioactive material, waste chemicals, plastic, etc. These materials are extremely harmful to the marine life and its environment. Let's understand mean sea level. Elevation. Elevation meaning is altitude. Elevation or depth of any place is measured from the sea level. The average of the highest high tides and the lowest tides is considered as sea level. This average is taken to be zero and altitudes or depths are measured and shown in positive or negative values. For example, Mount Everest is 8,848 meters high and Mariana Trench is minus 11,034 meters. We can see in the figure shown. Now, for survey purpose in India, the height of sea level at Chennai is considered to be zero and the elevation of any place in India is measured with reference to this. Students, we have studied about various landforms submerged under the water. We also studied about marine deposits and mean sea level. Let's do a short recall of the lesson. Land submerged below oceanic water is called the ocean floor. The relief of ocean floor is decided upon by the depth from the sea floor and the shape of the land there. The land near the coast and submerged under the sea is called continental shelf. This is the shallowest part of the ocean bed. It is called submerged coastland. After the extent of continental shelf is over, the slope of the seabed becomes steeper. This is called continental slope. Beyond the continental slope lie the abyssal plains, which are the flat part of the seabed. The abyssal plain consists of various submerged landforms like hills, plateaus, etc. The hills and mountains found on the ocean bed are called submerged hills and mountains. The summits of submarine islands are flat and extensive. They are called oceanic or submarine plateaus. On the ocean bed, there are some landforms which are deep, narrow, and steep. They are called marine deeps or trenches. Generally, the shallower ones are called marine deeps, while deeper ones and extending for longer distance are called trenches. So now we have understood the different landforms under the water. They are continental shelf, continental slope, abyssal plain, marine deep, submerged mountain, submarine plateau, marine trench, etc. Now let us recall marine deposits. The marine beds are the deep parts of the world in respective region. Hence, various deposits are found in these parts, which include pebbles, clay, soil, etc., brought by the rivers, glaciers, etc., from the continents. Lava and ash erupting out of volcanic eruptions is also found here. Some human induced material is also found here. It includes sewage, solid waste, radioactive material, waste chemical, plastics, etc. Last is mean sea level. Mean sea level is elevation or depth of any place is measured from the sea level. The average of the highest high tide and the lowest low tides is considered as sea level. Students have shared a picture from your textbook. You can see on the screen. You have to name the landforms shown in the figure. Assignment for this lesson is read the lesson carefully and solve the exercise given in the textbook page number 28. Do the activity given on page number 27. Practice figure 4.2 Ocean Relief.